And welcome back. Maria Walls is with us. She is the Beaufort County Treasurer. A lot going on, Maria. Good to see you.
Yes, good to see you too.
So I have to tell you, I put in the mail this morning my property tax.
Awesome. Thank you for doing that.
I know they were delayed, and there's just a lot of questions. First of all, about when are they officially due? I think it's March 31st, so I got in early.
So because of the delay, the due date has also been postponed to March 31st. So our customers still have some time before the payment is due.
Okay, good. So then there's a lot of discussion, a lot of questions about refunds.
Yes.
Personal refunds and then different company refunds, or the mortgage company refunds.
Yes.
So who gets a refund? When do you get a refund? So kind of break all that down for us.
So first, to get a refund, you have to pay, right?
Yeah.
So there has to be a payment for us to refund. And one of the biggest things I think our customers assume is that because we take the payment and the refund check does come from me, that I have the authority over the refund. And I don't. And there's a good reason for that, because we need to have internal controls. You don't want the same person taking money, adjusting accounts, and refunding money, because that's not the best way to handle things.
Right.
So the assessor's office and the auditor's office are the departments that have the authority, depending on the situation, to adjust an account.
Okay.
And then they let the treasurer's office know, hey, Miss Smith paid $100, but we adjusted her account, maybe a valuation change or a new exemption.
Yes.
And now she really should have paid $80. Can you refund her $20? And our team says, absolutely, we'll get her $20. We actually don't control the refund initiation process. So we have customers calling saying, you didn't send me a refund.
Right.
I should have an exemption. And I wish we could send that, but you need to go to the assessor's office first and get that exemption.
So now some of the refunds are going to mortgage companies and some are going to individuals. So why? What is the difference?
So this is a very typical question in any year, not just this year being unusual. So it depends on what the adjustment is for. So if a mortgage company comes and pays, for example, I say Miss Smith, her account is $100.
Right.
And they pay $100. If Miss Smith applies for an exemption after the payment, she gets the refund if the exemption is approved.
See. Right.
But if the mortgage company sends $100, but Miss Smith's exemption is approved before the payment, we now have an overpayment. And we want to make sure, not just in state law, because that's required, but if you pay a tax, we want to make sure the person who paid gets their money back.
Right.
And that sometimes is different than the owner. So if it's an overpayment, a payment made that is more than the amount due, the refund goes back to the person or entity who paid. In this case, the mortgage company.
Right.
But if there's a payment and then the account is adjusted, that is going to go back to the individual who applied.
All right.
With the assessor or auditor's office.
And where does all that happen? In the assessor's auditor or in your office? All those changes and
the assessor and the auditor's office. So for your house, it's going to be the assessor most likely.
Okay.
For personal property, a vehicle value, a boat value, that would be the auditor.
The auditor. Okay. Very good.
So they initiate the adjustment, and then we take a look at the books and say, hey, there's more money in this account than we need, and we get it back to our customers.
All right. And another question that some of our viewers might have is, I think I'm paid too much taxes, too much property tax, and I think I deserve to pay less. I think I deserve a discount. So who makes a decision on what people do pay, what they owe?
So it depends first on the property type. And value drives the bus in taxes. Yes, tax rates matter and millage rates passed by councils and the school board, but value drives the bus on your taxes too. So your viewers are right to look at the value of the property they're being taxed on. Real property, you're going to go to the Beaufort County Assessor's Office. They have a great website. They just added some new online forms to make it easy for our customers.
Good.
And then for personal property, again, going back to a vehicle, a boat, rental contents, and other types of personal property, you would go to the auditor's office for those sorts of questions.
Okay, so we have about a minute left, Maria. What other, we bring up the word questions, what other predominant questions are you all getting right now here, middle of February, at your office?
Our biggest question right now, and it could be maybe not the most frequently asked, but it is the most serious, is my mortgage company paid at a higher tax rate than I should have been taxed. Most people don't realize that they may have the legal residence exemption, which is by far the biggest tax discount you can get here in Beaufort County. They may have had that, but if you have any change to your title, you have to reapply. And many people don't realize that until they get their bill and it's so much higher than they were expecting.
Right.
Well, the mortgage company, they're just going to pay what they see is due. So they're going to pay what's due and then come back to the customer and say, hey, your escrow account wasn't enough to cover this amount. We have to increase your mortgage payments. And with everything going on, that is an alarming call. So I just encourage all of your viewers, you have any title change, putting property in a trust, refinancing in some situations, your mortgage, any change to your title, go ahead and reapply for that 4%, or at least ask the assessor's office. Don't wait till the bill comes out, because now they're inundated with requests, and
it's going to take more time.
Correct. And the clock's ticking if you're trying to avoid that escrow payment from going up with your mortgage.
Wow.
And we can't refund the money until the assessor's office has completed that process, because we just simply don't have the authority to do that.
All right, good information. Always, Maria Walls, our great treasurer for Beaufort County. Appreciate you always being here and updating us on everything that's going on. Thanks, Maria.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.